Musically.
Hello and welcome to Relationship Soup. I'm your host, Lisa Hughes. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. How y'all doing today? Well, I hope your week is off to a great start. Mine is Gucci. You know, it's the beginning of the week. I really can't complain too much. I mean, I could, but it ain't gonna do no good anyway, right? Well, anyway, thank you all for joining me today. I really appreciate you. I have a really nice show lined up. It should feel like deja vu a little bit because I did this before, right? But anywho, thanks again for joining me. And y'all know I got to get into it. I got to get into my spiel before we get into it today. I already got people in the studio. Hey, that's what's up. All right. So if you are watching this on YouTube, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button for me, would you? Just Relationship Soup, period. Hit that subscribe button for me, right? Let YouTube know that you're feeling this content. If you are on Facebook, come and join the group, Relationship Soup Group. We are actually going to be talking about a few topics from there, right? Well, we're going to try to get to it. It depends on how y'all questions line up tonight, right? So that's Relationship Soup Group. And then you can also follow me at RelationshipSoupLLC, right? Then on IG is Relationship Soup. Now, y'all know I wasn't going to continue without talking about the greeting cards. Please, if you need a greeting card for a holiday, occasion, or whatever, hit up the website at RelationshipSoup.com. All right, I think that's it. All right. So anyway, like I said, I have a wonderful show lined up. I'm turning the mic over to y'all tonight, right? I've gotten some inboxes or some DMs, right? And some people want to talk about some things. And I got people in the studio already. So anyway, I'm very excited. I can't wait to get into y'all questions tonight and get into some stuff on Relationship Soup as well. Now, check this out. Okay. Let me go ahead and give this disclaimer now, right? Because look, I don't really know what people are going to be trying to talk about tonight. Okay. So just take that as a disclaimer. Now, just know, Relationship Soup, I like to move it with class. So if it gets too crazy, of course, I'll move accordingly. Okay. So like I said, the mic is yours tonight. The link is actually in both threads, in YouTube and on Facebook. So if you want to join me in the studio, you got something you want to get off your chest, you want to ask a question or whatever, feel free to hit that link and follow the directions. All right. All right, boom. So let's see here. Well, just let me give y'all this because some people don't read. All right. So you have to have a laptop, desktop, or a mobile phone, okay, make sure you hit that link. Make sure that you follow the directions. It's just basically going to ask you to access your camera and your mic. Say yes. Give StreamYard permission so I can hear you, so we can hear you. And then it's going to ask for your name and all that stuff. Now, let me tell y'all this. If you like, yo, I don't really want to show my face though, right? I don't want to show my face. That's cool. You don't have to turn your camera on, right? It could just be all black screen and you can come on and ask your question. So if you want to be incognito, you can do that as well. All right. So let's see here. Is there anything else? All right, boom. If y'all have other questions, just DM me and I'll try to get to them. All right, so look, before I get into it, can I just hit on the conversation between Dr. Bryant and Cam Newton? Look, I got to give kudos to that brilliant and beautiful sister. That conversation, now I ain't going to lie to kick it. Like I watched the whole interview because I have it. I've only seen a few excerpts here and there. But I thought that was a very real and healthy conversation. And hopefully, I mean, I've seen the post and the comments and stuff like that. So hopefully Dr. Brian planted some positive seeds in Cam. If not Cam, then hopefully somebody watching it got a little wisdom and knowledge and will apply it. So, in my opinion, I feel like healthy conversations and healthy dialogue between a black man and black woman needs to continue to be had and it needs to go viral. So excellent job, Dr. Brian. Kudos to you. All right, boom. Now, this is what I want to hit on real quick. Okay, so as members of Relationship Soup know, I would do something called From the Principal's Inbox. And basically what that is scenarios of questions that members have that they want to talk about, but they want me to post it. Like they don't feel comfortable posting it. So just know that From the Principal's Inbox is going to be popping tonight. Okay. I do want to talk about one of the questions, but before I do, I see that y'all already are in here. Oh, all right. Let me go ahead and shout y'all out first before we get into it, because y'all know how it goes when it starts flowing. All right. All right. So let's see here. Oh, hi, Derek. Welcome. Thank you for joining me tonight. And if you want to join me in the studio, hey, we can hit the studio. Let's collab, right? All right, boom. Oh, thanks for joining me, Prince. I appreciate you. Got to come back. You got to come back, and so that we can chop it up for real, for real. All right, then we have Blue Coal Train LLC. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate that. And Derek says, I'm still watching that. There's more going on than being said or pointed out so far, but I'll wait to the end. All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. Okay. Then we have Pod TV shows. Thank you so much, and good evening to you as well. I appreciate you joining me. All right, boom. So, yeah. Listen. So, this person wanted me to bring this up on the podcast tonight. And so this is the question. He may chime in, he may not, right? So if he chimes in, I'll let him make himself known. Otherwise, I like to keep my members anonymous. All right, boom. So this is the question. And I'm going to read it verbatim. Lisa, how do you do this single thing? I'm failing. I mean, I don't know what to do. How can one live with themselves alone? Right? Now, I ain't gonna act like I got all the answers, right? I just think it's like day by day. And, although, like sometimes some of them nights you be like, man, I want to bathe, right? But I think you just have to take it day by day and just find the blessing and the silver lining in it. And when it gets rough, hopefully you got that support system or you got something that you can do to kind of take the edge off, right? But for me, being single right now is a blessing and I find the blessing in it. Now, I ain't going to lie to kick it and act like I've always felt this way. Like I've had to heal up to this point, right? Because when you used to being, either married or in a relationship, you have your routine, you're used to seeing that person every day. So going from that to being single can definitely be, it can have its periods where you're trying to figure it out. But all I would say is just take it day by day. Surround yourself with a positive support system. Find out ways to heal, right? Do a knowledge of self and all that. Focus on self-care. Do stuff that you didn't do when you were in the relationship, because let's just be real. Sometimes when you get into a relationship, you ain't doing what you did before, right? So concentrate on that. Pursue your passions. Hey, start a business. Okay. If that's your passion, start a business. I would say, and practice gratitude. For me, gratitude has been the answer to a lot. right? So I would say that piece, set personal goals and all that. All right, boom. So, oh, hi, Miss Woodson. Thank you for joining me today. All right, so boom. If you are watching this from Facebook, comment. Let me make sure that I'm seeing all y'all comments, okay? Because one week it was a fool. StreamYard and Facebook weren't talking to each other. So if you could just comment something, that would be awesome. Now, in the meantime, this is what I'm going to do. I got a couple people in the studio, right? So how this is going to work is this. Like I said, y'all hit that link. If you want to join me in the studio, y'all want to talk about something, hey, hit it up, right? The link is in there. So first I'm going to bring on, let me see here. I'm going to bring Malik on. Hi, Malik. How are you?
Hey, what's happening with you?
What's happening?
Not too much. You brought me out of my shell.
Yeah, of course, fellow Cancer.
A cave, I mean.
Say what?
Uh, Graced me with your presence. I appreciate that. By the way, I'm Malik Wilson, well known as head of security for Lisa.
Yeah, that's my
Uh,
bodyguard. Look, he said he listen. He got to be in on all the activities. Yes, absolutely.
so here's my question,
All right.
because I had posted a situation in, well, not a situation, whatever you want to call it, on your website, and
Yes, you did.
a lot of people commented on it. So it basically was the one where the lady was licking all over the guy's face. I don't know where they were, what type of area they were in or whatever, but she kind of licked his face a lot and did a whole bunch of other little obscene things, I guess you would call them. And a
Mhm.
lot of people commented on it. So my question is, even though I'm assuming she knew him. I'm not for sure about that, but I'm assuming that she actually knew him. So my
Mhm.
question is, in your opinion,
Mhm.
what's the proper behavior for a single woman to display in public while seeking a
Listen.
meaningful relationship?
Ooh, I see you. Okay, you ain't have all that on the question, but okay. All right. That's fair. That's fair. Okay, so um yeah, so for those of you that are not in relationship suit, basically it was this post, chick licking all over the dude. They looked like they was in a club or something, right? So my advice, I think a woman needs to move according to what kind of energy she wants to attract. I'm just being honest, right? Um, if you want to get lucky, like the way she was moving, I don't know if that was her man because it wasn't really detailed. Like I
Yeah,
guess if you want to move kind of, loose, then expect loose attention, right? If your intention is, hey, I'm gonna get it tonight. I don't know what they say, but I'm gonna get it tonight. Then that's how you move, right? Me personally, since I feel like I'm a single woman, right? I don't know, but I feel like I like to move cool with class. Like I'm for PDA, but I ain't for all that. You feel me? So I personally just want to move with class, and I think that a woman should just basically move based on the energy that she wants to attract. That's that's the best that I can put it. I'm not judging. Look, I ain't trying to come off judging. Do you? But if you want a meaningful relationship, you got to move like you want a meaningful relationship. You know what I'm saying? I like to move as though I'm already in a meaningful relationship, if that makes sense. Does that make sense, Malik?
yeah, it make a whole lot of sense. But
You
I
know what
mean,
I'm saying?
you had different perspectives on the comments, and to me, like I said, to each his own, just like you just said, pretty much.
Listen,
Whatever you looking for, do your thing.
that's what I feel, and I don't judge
Yeah,
nobody because I didn't ran in a couple circles. I think you should move how you want to move, right?
yeah.
Based on
I
what you want
definitely
to attract. But if you want something
definitely agree to
meaningful, you
that.
got to act meaningful, in my
I
opinion.
just
What
want
were you
I
saying,
just want
Malik?
to I just wanted to hear from a lady perspective, that I know how you get down, but I wanted to make sure it wasn't something that was like obscene or crazy or over the top or.
I think how people respond to that is going to have a lot to do with just mainly maybe their values. I don't know how they
Yeah,
was
yeah,
raised, maybe
yeah.
because look, Mr. Hughes wasn't going to be having that. You know what
Yeah, I
I'm
feel
saying?
you. I feel you.
Mr. Hughes ain't raised me like that. But again, I'm not judging nobody. It's just for me personally because I want
Yeah,
a meaningful relationship. meaningful friendships, connections, and stuff like that, I just try to move as divine as I can. So
I
I
understand.
say, hey, you gotta move accordingly. Cool.
Good answer to me.
Thank you so much, Malik. Hey,
No
stick
problem.
around in the studio.
I
Stick around in
will.
the studio. All
I
right.
will.
All right, boom. Okay, so hey, what y'all think? How should a woman move or how should a man move if they want a meaningful relationship? All right, boom. So let me see here. Hi, Nichelle. Thank you so much for watching. And thanks for that comment as well. I'm glad to know that Facebook is working this week because last week it was a whole fool. All I saw was YouTube, YouTube, YouTube. I didn't see no Facebook. All right, boom. Yeah, that's how I kind of looked at that post. But listen, hey, to each their own. Nichelle, they're married for real. Are they really married? So it wasn't just okay. That's what's up. So Derek says on school days when she licked the old boy's hairline in his part. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. And I ain't no prude. I'm by no means a prude. I'm just saying, like, I ain't really feel like watching all that. And I feel like this. When I do give me a bay again, I'm not moving like that. Right? I don't feel like I gotta be looking my man's face and his nose and his eyes and I don't know, like I don't feel like I gotta do that. Like I'm all for PDA, but some things is reserved for the bedroom. You feel me? Like I don't be feeling like people need to know all that, right? That's all I'm saying. Look, I ain't gonna lie. I found myself trying to push the post down. I was trying to comment on other stuff because it was just like, ugh, it's nasty. Because when I'm thinking, like, some spit has a smell, and I'm just kind of like, ugh, I don't know. I don't know. I was just grossed out, right? I mean, now I ain't no hater, so let me I'm not no hater. I love love, right? I don't be hating on the post in my timeline. I love love. I love to see people in love. Just all that licking face and nose and eyebrows. Ugh, I ain't hit. All right, so let's see here. Yes, I follow her on IG and she's always extra. Look, I ain't hating on sis. I'm just saying, ugh, that's too extra for me. I ain't doing all that. Like I said, I don't mind PDA, but all that licking and stuff, no man. All right, boom. So I have another person in the studio that looks like they have a question, some burning. So let me go ahead and bring Mark Lee on. Hi, Mark. How are you? Are you there, Mark? Testing 1 2 1 2.
Mic mute. Yeah, I'm here and everything. And I did have a question based on that conversation you had with Malik and everything along those lines. And by the way, that's my younger brother's name, so I definitely have respect for that name and all along those lines. My only brother, actually. But I remember a long time ago, and this is my question for you. I had a friend, a very good friend that was in the music industry and everything, and he used to love going to the strip club with his ladies and everything. And he was literally married and all along those lines. And they said they made it extra special and all along those lines. But I don't know how you feel about that or how our audience here on Relationship Soup feels about using the strip club as a form of foreplay and all along those lines. 'Cause like I said, they would go on a regular basis and then they would go on their merry, happy way and go on home and everything along those lines. So I don't know if you've got any take on that or any thoughts or if any of our folks here on Relationship Soup have an idea on that. Because like I said, I knew a couple of folks that did that and they seemed to enjoy it and it seemed to enhance their relationship.
Okay, that's fair. Good question. So, hey, y'all, look, y'all heard the question. How y'all feel about couples going to the strip club to spice it up? All right. So, so for me personally, I think couples need to do what works for them because I mean, you have so many different factors that come into play, right? As to why couples might move how they do when it comes to spicing things up in the bedroom, right? And I'm saying, look, so I can't really judge that per se. For me personally, I feel like you have to be very careful what you introduce because I feel like everything has a spiritual foundation, but that's just me. Again, that's just me. Okay. Everything has a spiritual foundation. So you have to be careful what you introduce to your marriage, right? So, hey, listen, and I ain't judging it because, like I said, I've crossed paths with different people and stuff like that. And so I think you have to do what you need to do. And I do know of couples that have gone to strip clubs together and they Gucci. I know of other couples that have gone to strip clubs and they wasn't Gucci. It did not pan out, right? So I would say that you just have to really be on the level with your partner, right? Hopefully y'all spiritually connected enough to know how to move, how to get that spice back or keep that spice up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I would caution, be very careful what you introduce. Because listen, now, Mark, I watch like true crime, right? Like 48 hours mystery and anything true crime I'm watching. So listen, okay, so boom. It was this couple, right? So what they do, they wanted to spice it up. And so they had this whole pack, like we can invite anybody into our bedroom and it's going to be cool. But what ended up happening was the wife, okay, so the husband found another tenderoni or whatever, right? So he found this other little young thing and so they do, right? So he moved tenderoni into the marriage home, okay? So wife was feeling that type of way, like, well, dang, I thought we was just gonna keep that casual, but he like, no, I don't know what he really said. I'm paraphrasing. He was probably like, no, sis, we gonna go ahead and we gonna make this a 3-way. So anyway, made it a 3-way, right? The wife ended up killing him and her, left their bodies in the basement and everything.
Oh wow!
But they was on the same page. They had a pact. They was on the same page. Listen, all I'm gonna say is you gotta be careful.
Yeah,
say that again, Mark.
Yeah, along those same lines, since you like true crime, you have to remember I'm in Durham, North Carolina, and there's a certain true crime movie that is out there called Staircase, and all along those lines. So that journalist, he was a fellow journalist and everything, a columnist, he actually is accused and is definitely convicted of having killed his wife and everything. And I actually remember going to the party that they were at before that murder took place, and that was several years ago and everything. And if you follow the trial, and I think Staircase is back on TV now and everything, there were some accusations of some male escorts being involved as well. So there was all kinds of different elements that were in that story, and they were saying that he might have had some male escort friends in addition to his wife. So there's all kinds of sub stories to that. So if you haven't caught Staircase, catch Staircase. It's got all kinds of stories, including him blaming the bats, because he said that when they came back from the party, that some bats came out there and pushed his wife down the stairs. So that's one of his defenses.
Shut up! Wait a minute. So he blamed bats, as in bats, like bats.
And bats is flying bats.
Shut up!
Yes.
What?
Yes.
No.
Somebody asked, it was a true story. Yes, this is a very true story. It's right here in Durham, North Carolina. I remember when it took place.
I gotta process this. So he said the bats followed sister's body down the stairs.
He said that the bats, that she was going down the stairs and the bats came out there and accidentally disturbed her enough that she went off balance and everything. So that's kind of the notion of what his defense team came up with his bat theory. You look it up on the Staircase. There's this whole bat theory about how the bats made him fall, or made her fall. You know what?
I'm gonna watch that. Like now I'm curious. Like I want to see. So okay, is it him actually giving this I don't know, confession or whatever, what happened? Like, do we see him doing it? Because I got to see his face. I got to see how many times he blink, how many times he look up and to the left. Like, I got to see that, because this ain't bats.
It's a whole coverage of the whole trial. And like I said, the trial, let's see, I was dating the young lady from DC at that time. So I think the trial took place roughly about 10 years ago or something like that. But yeah, he was a known person. He was a political gadfly, definitely known here in the Durham area. But that movie, and apparently he had done something similar when he lived in Germany. So that's not his first time losing a significant other and everything. So there was all kinds of interesting things about that particular case and everything. But yes, Staircase is a whole movie. And if you haven't seen the movie, you and the rest of the folks from RelationshipSoup need to check it out, because it's got all kinds of interesting twists and turns.
Wow, that's crazy. So homie had some male escorts.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that. I gotta check that out, because I'm trying to wrap my mind around. I mean, I've heard people come up with, well, she basically just fell down the stairs. My gun fell and then it went off, and then she was unalive. Like, but some bats, bruh?
Bats.
Bats
with the defense. Bats is in those flying animals and everything. That was the whole defense. I did have one other quick question, since I didn't see a couple people. I did see our gentleman said about the chicken wings are in the strip club. But if I could just ask one more, because I told you before.
Yeah, absolutely. Please do.
I told you before that when I popped up that I was going up to the store, and I did go up to the store, and I'm just wondering, what is women's attitudes when they see a gentleman going out and trying to make a living? I mean, there's different ways you can make a living, but like I literally saw a gentleman drop probably about, I would guesstimate $100 to $200 on lottery tickets, and I'm going like, wait a minute, you could have invested in some serious business ventures versus spending that money on the lottery tickets and everything. And I'm not saying that the lottery you can't win. Some people like to gamble different ways. I mean, my fantasy football team will be starting up very shortly and everything. Matter of fact, this weekend. But what is your take and the women's takes on folks that are hoping that they're going to get lucky and maybe get lucky in love, but also get lucky in money in order to get that lucky person and everything? Because like I said, well, I told you it was going to take 10 minutes. It actually wound up taking more than 15 minutes because I had to wait for him for about 5 to 10 minutes while he was buying tickets and everything. So.
Listen, it be a fool when you go to the gas station, you just trying to get 10 on 12, you feel me? And then there's somebody in front of you with like, they trying to get 400 lottery tickets. That I'll be like, come on, man. Like, for real. So your question to me is, what do I feel about, are you asking me how do I feel about people that gamble, that want to get lucky that way?
Yeah, asking about people that gamble. And do you think that women in general are admiring a gentleman that's trying to get his hustle on that way? Or do you think most women are going like, that might be just another form of a loser and everything along those lines?
Well, good question. Okay. So I think it's really going to depend on the woman, obviously, right? Okay, so a man that gambles. Now, my thing is, I'm looking at it like, within balance, right? Because, I mean, I guess we all kind of gamble a little bit, right? Like, it's not all, that's an overstatement. But, I mean, if it's within reason, right? A lottery ticket here, you know, we might take a little trip to the casino here or something like that. But, like 400 tickets, casino every day and all that stuff, to me, that's an addiction. And I think that you can have, like, a happy medium, right? But, like, when it comes to an addiction, like, I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm kind of side-eyeing you because I'm like, okay, so wait a minute. You ain't gonna be providing if you gambling all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's gonna take away from anything that is not within balance. Is gonna take away from. Now, some women might be cool with it because they like, hey, baby, you got 200 tickets. I'm gonna buy 200 too. You want to go to the casino every day? I'm gonna go to the casino too, right? So if that is their person, that's their person. But I think, and I say this loosely, right? Because again, it's going to be a case by case. Personally, I think some women may actually look at that like, nah, that's a red flag, you know, like, because that leads to other behaviors. Now, I do understand that addictions are usually the result of, like, when people are addicted, they get like some type of dopamine high. They get something from it, right? And so I think it becomes an addiction because they want to emulate that over and over and over and over again. I get that, but bruh, listen, you buying 500 tickets and the electric bill, that ain't gonna do. Because my mind gonna go to, he ain't gonna pay them bills on time. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna take care of business. So I think it just really depends. But again, you got to move accordingly. Like, if you gamble and you see that man gamble and that's what you want to do, go for it. Me personally, I just think that it has to be a happy medium. It got to be balanced. So I hope I answered your question. See, you had me rambling.
Yeah, I know. Gary asked some good questions. I just had one last one because there might be other people in the room and everything. But Relationship Soup, I know, has meetups or has meetup plans and all along those lines and everything. I actually went to 2 events this past weekend. Well, actually 3. I went to an art opening, the gallery that's celebrating its 1-year anniversary. I went by Black August in the Park, which is a celebration of our African-American culture. Leonardo Williams, our mayor here in Durham, spoke at the Democratic National Convention, so I went to a toast that he was given. But I went by, but did not go into, there's a group called 30, 40, 60 Meetup and all along those lines, and they were doing it at a nightclub because I think they bought a booth and everything along those lines. So I just wondered, in your mind, are single meetups and in the minds of the people here in the group a good thing, or are they kind of a catch as catch can kind of deal? Because like I said, when I went, I knew I was already hot and sweaty from having been out at the Black August in the Park and wasn't suited up or anything else to catch or be in that courting mindset. And, there was like $30 and a bunch of other things. I'm going like, it's not worth it at this particular time for me. Now, if it was later on, or I didn't make that the priority event, then I would have been ready for it and I might have gone to it, but I opted not to this particular time. And I think they bounce around the state, just like you bounce around the country, they bounce around the state. But what is your take on single meetup groups?
I think they can be a good thing, depending on, I think, what the group is founded on. Like, for example, I know of some groups of a group. There are a group, a swingers group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just know about it. I'm not a part of it. Okay.
Right.
But they have meetups and it works, right? So, for me personally, just based on the meetups that Relationship Soup has had over the years, and yes, y'all, I am working on more meetups. I am working on that. Y'all gonna hear about it soon. But if I can just speak on Relationship Soup for a minute, there were a lot of meetups in the past, whether it was we were volunteering to help the homeless, volunteering to help battered women and stuff like that. We even went to church together. We didn't been a lot of places together. But I will say the meetups were good because there have been people that met and got married in the group, right? There are people that were at the meetups and, they got jobs, new friends, but, I can go there. But it was a lot of activity that happened. And, so I think meetups can be a really good thing for Relationship Soup. They were wonderful because it brought about camaraderie. You got to kind of see people. And, the beauty of it was, because let's just be real, we know how social media is. Sometimes when you get behind them keys, to me, it really did bring a lot of members together. It helped to clear up any type of misunderstandings. And just to this day, whether people want to admit it or not, because some people got booty hurt and they're not in the group no more, but they are still friends with some of the people that they met, right? So there was a lot of good jobs, helping each other, love, all of that resulted, but it's just going to depend. I was actually on social media now checking. I ain't gonna lie, because if I lived in Arizona, I would probably go to these meetups, okay? It was these beautiful brothers and sisters. They meet up, I think it's Sundays at 7:30 in Arizona, right? And they actually go running together. Like they go running, and I'm like, wait a minute. So to me, that would be dope because you are, getting exercise and stuff like that. So I would say meetups can be good, based on what you want out of it and, whatever. So does that answer your question, Mark?
That does answer the question. That makes a lot of sense because, like I said, this particular meetup had an interesting title. Like I said, I think it was 30, 40, 50, and 60-year-olds, but they were, I think it was grown and sexy. And I'm going like, well, some of the people might be grown and sexy. Some of the people might only think that they're grown and sexy and maybe not as grown and sexy as they think they are. So I wasn't going to judge them if they want that title to their meetup. More power to them and everything because sometimes we can give ourselves a false sense of who we are and all along those lines. But I'm not going to knock them because to somebody, they may be grown and sexy. And somebody else, they may not be grown and sexy because to each their own, as the old saying goes.
Facts. And it's all in what you want out of it, right? I mean, until you go, you really don't know what you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolates, right? You don't know. Yeah. You don't ever know what you're going to get.
Don't know what you're going to get. And like you just said, I want to say that the organizers, or one of the organizers, is a poet and was also celebrating their birthday because like both you, me, and I believe Malik are Cancers. They are in that Virgo season. So they were doing their party on Saturday because this is Virgo season. So they were having a combination birthday party and a meetup and everything. So like I said, each their own. And I'm sure each sign will have parties revolving around their birthdays as well.
Absolutely. And happy birthday to all the Virgos. My cousin is actually a Virgo. I just wished her a happy birthday this morning. So happy birthday, Andrea. If you are watching this, happy birthday, cuz. If you come to Indy, let me know. Let's turn up. Let's do something. All right. So boom. Did you have any other questions? I see y'all comments in the thread, and I promise I'm going to bring them on. And we got other stuff to talk about too. Did you have anything else you wanted to mention, Mark?
No, that was it. I think right now I'm good in everything, but you're always looking lovely as always, and I'm always a fan of yours, and I am a big fan of yours, and no, Malik doesn't need to come up here and beat me up and all of those bodyguard and all of those times, but you know that I've got a great deal of admiration for you, both as a fellow media person and as a good person in my life, and all along those lines. So definitely always glad to have that beautiful smile and just be here in your presence.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much, Mark. Thank you so much. Now look, if you come up with another question, you feel free to stick around in the studio. Oh, and Malik, come back to the studio by the end of the show because we got to make sure that all your stuff download. All right. So if you got another question, whatever, just let me know. hit the personal chat.
I will.
All right, boom. So let me see here. So I see that we have a whole other some other comments. So let's see here. Terry says, "Thanks for joining me, Terry. People just need to let it fall in place. Quit all the strategizing on how to meet Mr. and Mrs. Right. My 3 cents." So how do you do that, though, Terry? Like, what is your advice on quit? How do you quit the strategizing, right? What's your advice on that, right? Because I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do have to let things fall into place. Look, listen, I'm all about things being organic. I don't force nothing. I don't force no ponytails. I don't force nothing. You hear me? So yeah, I think that it should just fall into place, right? Okay, so anyway, the chicken wings are fire. Are they fire, Terry? Are they fire? Right? Wings and thighs. Breasts. All right, so let's see here. So Malik says she didn't like that he might have been giving the spare better business than the wife got. Listen, hey, I don't have no words. Now listen, y'all, let me share this with you. So I'm gonna get to y'all in the comments, I promise. So listen, how do I join? Okay, Prince, look in the can I paste it here? I'm gonna paste this for you. And see, you distracted me. I'm gonna forget my story. Hold on, Prince. I'm gonna share this link right here. Go on and hit this link, and then you can join the studio. I'm about to post it now. Give me a second, y'all. Sorry if I'm looking cross-eyed. Okay, boom. Hit that link, Prince. Yeah, come on to the studio. Let's collab. All right, boom. So listen. Now, this is a real question. Somebody asked me this question, y'all. So the question is, Lisa, what if you found out that the man that you are with, which I ain't with nobody, but I'm just saying, like, if I had a boo, that he was with a man at one time, like whether it was in college, whether it was whatever, how would you feel about that, right? I know y'all like, where did this story come from? Well, listen, when he talking about a spare and the wife feeling a type of way, listen, I ain't judging nobody because all of our souls has lessons to learn at the end of the day. But I can't compete with no man. You feel me? Like I cannot compete with no man, right? Especially if they doing all like I can't. So I'm gonna have to let him have it. Like I'm just saying, I don't know. Like that's just something else. All right, so boom. Let's see here. I see Derek just joined. Let me bring these other comments on real quick, and then. We done. He ain't my daddy, and I ain't his. What's up, Kiki? What's up? Are you ready for butter this weekend? Y'all, I'm so excited about butter. I cannot wait. Hey, Kiki, I'm going to try not to wear black this weekend. So I know all of our selfies I got on black, so I'm going to try not to wear black. All right, boom. And thank you for joining me, Kiki. I really appreciate you. Let's see here. So Terry says, meetups are cool. We used to call them lock and key. Lock and key? What that mean? Is that like cuffing? Because it's cuffing season, right? Ain't it cuffing season, y'all? Ain't it cuffing season? Yeah, I'm going to try not to wear black, Kiki. I'm going to try to wear some colors, right? All right, boom. So I see Derek just joined the studio. So Derek, I'm going to bring you on. Can you hear me, Derek? Are you there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Peace, King. How are you?
Peace to you. I'm good. How about yourself?
Man, I am Gucci. I'm good. I can't complain. I cannot
That's
complain.
always good. They say it
Yeah.
ain't gonna
So
help no way, right?
it ain't gonna do no good. All it's gonna do is draw other
Hmm.
energy I don't even want. But I'm a
I
vent to
heard
my
that.
best friends
My
though.
fault. I heard that.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie to kick it. Like I might not say too much, but depending on what it is, my counsel, y'all gonna hear about it. Y'all gonna hear about it. Y'all gonna hear about it.
Oh yeah.
Then I'm gonna put
You
on. Then
advocate
it's
mine.
good. Right. So what you want to talk about,
Yeah.
Eric? What you got on your heart? What's on
Man,
your
I don't even know now. I thought I knew, but as I got here, I don't even know now. Because the conversations that took so many times, I'm like, where should we start it?
Oh, it's all good because I
I
got
don't
some
know.
stuff in the soup.
I said, well, you got some questions for me or something?
I got some stuff in the soup. that I'm going to address too. So
Oh, okay,
you know
okay.
what? This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. All right, boom. So stay there, Derek, because I'm going to bring up something. All right. So I'm going to bring you on in a second. Let me bring you right back. Okay. Cool. Gucci.
All right.
Stay there. Don't hang up. Don't hang up. All right, boom. So y'all now listen. While Derek is thinking about what he's going to talk about, right? I want to bring up something that was brought up in the soup. Okay, so we all can attest that we've been raised a certain way, right? So there's certain values, there's certain boundaries and stuff that we've all been taught along the way. Now, I want to share this right quick, okay? Let me go ahead and present this right fast. All right, so boom, I'm going to share this. Okay. So can y'all see this? This was one of the topics in the group. Okay. So if everybody wants to chime in, that would be Gucci. Okay. So boom, check it out. So man asked his younger cousin to change her outfit because it's inappropriate to wear around him. Okay. So check out her outfit or whatever. This is his little cousin. All right. So imagine, fellas, okay, your little cousin, you coming over to visit and she got on this outfit. Okay. All right. Boom. Okay. So let me stop sharing this. Okay, boom. So there were a lot of comments surrounding that, right? Derek, I think that you had actually commented on that as well. I do want to share a couple before we get into it, before I even kind of give my little input, okay? So let me see here. Let me see what some of y'all was talking about. All right, boom. So these are some of the comments. Derek says, well, Derek, I'm going to let you say what you said, okay? Angela says it's too bad that she didn't have enough self-respect to know what's appropriate and what's not. Okay. Erica says he is right. She's inappropriate. That will make any family member uncomfortable. Has nothing to do with him looking at her. You wear that in front of your man only. So then somebody else says, why would she want to be half naked around your male cousin? I don't even do stuff like that around my female cousins or relatives. We just weren't raised like that. Just this generation is definitely something different. And then Leah goes further to say, I mean, he's trying to teach her boundaries. Not everything is appropriate to wear around everyone. Okay. All right. Boom. So the members were kind of divided on that, in my opinion, because some people are like, yo, I feel like she should just do what she want to do. You feel me? Like she should wear what she want to wear, and he shouldn't be looking at her like that or whatever, right? So, Derek, you remember that
Yeah,
post? What you
yeah,
thinking?
I do.
What you feeling on that?
Well, I don't even remember exactly what I said on it, but I remember my sentiments on it. It's like a two-way street,
Mm-hmm.
and what they presented from right there, you can't just assume one way or the other as far as what the brother was thinking. I mean, you can, but that ain't gonna make it accurate or real. So there's two things. One, yeah, he has a point about trying to teach our youth and the young ladies about what's appropriate, what's not, because you'd be surprised to find out how a lot of people they don't have the development that we would assume that they had. So
Mm-hmm.
he's not necessarily wrong for saying that, trying to bring her that game. That's really just a real life stuff, and we should have more men doing stuff like that instead of just saying, "Oh well, that's her," and overlooking it because there are things that come from that part too. So there's that aspect. There's also the aspect of knowing maybe he is attractive, which is listen. I've had a relative tell me, "Man, if that wasn't my niece," and I'm like, "What?" I said, not somebody, no, a relative said that to me. If this wasn't my niece, boy, I should. That's out there.
Mm-hmm.
That is out there. At the same time, the flip side of it is, if that's the girl in the picture who they're talking about, she's not going to be able to do much about that. She can walk around in curtains. You still going to see what she's working with. So if you're the type that's going to be attracted to that, you're going to be attracted to that regardless. If you're a pervert family member and you can't, control yourself, that's who you're going to be. So having her cover up ain't going to make a difference. And as far as that aspect, you know, I made a comment about some of the Arab countries. The reason they wear burqas, they walk around through curtains. You can barely, they can show their eyes or ankles, and that's about it. The
Mm-hmm.
reason they do that is because of that. Those cultures, some of them, their beliefs are that for a woman to show her skin in public could entice a man to rape her. Just think about that. Just skin, an elbow.
Mm-hmm.
a kneecap.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to protect the women, their solution is to make the women cover up so that the men will control themselves. I mean, is that do you really even work? I doubt it. So at the end of the day, you got to make it make sense. Be real. Tell her what's true. Make sure you got her back. I don't think he's necessarily wrong for telling her that. If she's at home, that's what she wants to wear, and he's over there just trying to give her some game. Yeah, that's one thing. It's another thing when he's, feeling like a pervert and saying, "Hey, if you keep wearing that, I might do something." I think that's the way a lot of people are taking it, especially when you do with all the brainwashing of feminism, which that was one of the things I was considering talking about. But I swear people cannot take it; it's too sensitive. But like I said, I was working on a book for this, so it's a very real thing. A lot of people's sentiments, were born in sexism, feminism. I thought was just simply a response to sexism. In our research, I found out no, feminism was deliberate, occult-based, devil-worshipping, promiscuous people who didn't want to destroy the family structure. Of course, destroy patriarchy, but what they were really saying, destroy the family structure. Have free love, of course, abortion, just some totally irresponsible stuff, and the overwhelming majority were suffering from mental health issues, like literal mental health issues. So it's not a game when I tell you that. And it's to the point where it wasn't called feminism back then, it's called suffrage. But if you were a suffragist, then you were also an occultist or a devil worshiper. If you've been to a seance, you're a feminist, vice versa. And as I started doing more research on different people who were involved in it, like Helen Blavatsky, for example, Madame Blavatsky is one of the ones, the Russian crackpot. But for her to be involved in it, that says a lot. And people are not going to really know that name unless they've studied it. And if you only study feminism, you might have heard the names. They had spirit tables where they would try to speak to the dead, so to speak.
That makes
But
sense.
also, Helen Blavatsky was, yeah, she was into some racist stuff. She was a eugenicist. She was into some, like I said, devil worshiping. She inspired a guy named Ghulam Ahmadi, who inspired a following called Ahmadians. And that's where you get your Timothy Drew, also now known as Noble Drew Ali. So I've had to have all these debates with Moors about the real origins of their stuff, just like I've had to do with pretty much all the other ones. Islam, Nation of Islam, they came out of that because Fard Muhammad. I knew I was going to mess around and do that because I've always called him Fard. Let me not be disrespectful to this. So Fard Muhammad, he was actually Farsi. They thought people figured that he was mixed with black and white. No, he's actually Persian, a real Persian. So the notion of his mama being a devil and all that stuff that comes out of that, a lot of these things trickle down from alternate religions other than just Christianity. And I don't have a problem with that. I'm not a Christian now, so and it is what it is. But you get a lot of those that come out of those same linchpins, even communism, and they have some of the same traits. I can tell you right now that some of the main things, some of the main goals of early suffragists and early feminism was get the woman out the house. And over the past 60 years, we see that here, and we see what the impact is, whether we accept or look at the statistics or not. They say what they say, they show what they show. And no, fatherlessness is not, black fatherlessness is not the biggest issue with us. It's the fact that we don't want to do the work to get the real information and look at ourselves for real to see what's really going on. Feminism is a big part of that.
And so would you say that possibly that may be one of the reasons why maybe, and again, there's always a root as to why people feel like they feel. Terry, I see you in the studio. I see you in the studio. I promise I'm going to get to y'all comments. Do you think that might be a reason why there's kind of one of the reasons why there's kind of it leaves a bad taste in people's mouth, like, on that post when they're like, nah, she should be able to wear what she want to wear, she at home or whatever. Do you think that could be possibly kind of a little tinge of the reason? You think feminism?
That's a whole lot of the reason. I mean, people are going to be triggered different ways based on the leanings of the things that they focus their indignation or even their righteous indignation on. So yeah, if you the type that, well, she shouldn't be wearing that because these little tramps do, then you're going to go that way. If you were the type that, well, only reason he said that because he's a pervert, then you're going to go that way. Most of the time, people are not going to try to meet in the middle. And that's where the problem is. Ain't nobody trying to understand nobody else. That's why so much piss in the dating pool. People are approaching it from a single mindset, what they want, what they don't want, blah, blah, blah. But what they don't want is a healthy, viable relationship. Because if they did, they were trying to be focused on how to develop a healthy, viable relationship. But now they know what they want and they know what they don't want. You ask people right now, well, in dating, what would you want? They start off saying, well, I don't want this or don't want that. That's a sign.
Mm-hmm.
So no
That
matter
makes
where you
sense.
leaning at in that direction, if you think that girl is being inappropriate at home wearing a onesie, okay, fine. And that could be the case for some, and that's what they were trying to do. And if she's cut like that, promiscuous like that, or whatever, negatively affected like that, shoot. And it is what it is.
That makes sense. That
Everybody's
makes
not
sense.
going to get the same thing out of it because everybody's not looking at it the same way. Everybody's not triggered by the same thing. But the thing that needs to happen is people need to have the conversations, not just to get theirs out and try to be right, not just discourage or dismiss the next person, but try to gain some understanding from the other side. It's like
That
Dr.
makes
Joy
sense.
DeGroy says, people arrive at conversations with different levels of knowledge, different levels of experience and understanding. And where you are in the middle of that is kind of going to determine where you are in the conversation. A lot of times we're in conversations, we don't even have the same frame of reference. Like
That
when we
makes
say
sense.
a good man, bad man, or when we say even the word appropriate, it means different things to different people.
That
So
makes
there's
sense.
really not one right answer for that post. That's to me is nothing beyond an opinion post. Some people gonna feel she's being inappropriate. Some people gonna feel she's not. Some people gonna feel dude being a pervert. Somebody gonna feel like he's being stand up. And the good thing is, and the bad thing, more than one thing can be true at a time. So he could be right for telling her that she don't really need to be, doing, wearing her stuff like that in front of men, blah blah blah. And he might be telling her because he's one of those men that would think about victimizing.
And
So
that's
more
fair.
than one thing can be true at a time, So it's all in there. But at the end of the day, in the beginning of the day, we have to get back to a point of being able to give and accept correction because that's one of the reasons we all jacked up. We can't come together. We're not solving no problems. You think about reparations, you can forget that far off dream. Uh, we'll see when the economy really starts to fall apart. We'll see what's really going on. Even that conversation of 50-50 and all that is going to be something different versus 100% and all of that stuff is going to be different. Just like right now, you go out in public and these conversations are different than
That
what you
makes
find
sense.
on social media where people, I keep on moving my camera, but people
No, you
are,
find there.
cause
Well, let's do this.
I
Let's
talk
do
with my
this
hands a lot.
because I got Terry in the studio and it's a few comments.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna
we
come
better
back
cut
to
it off because
yeah, you know how we do. You know how we do. So I'm gonna bring
mm-hmm.
you back. So stay in the studio. Don't go nowhere. Stay. Don't you go nowhere. All right.
All
All right. I'll
right.
be right back. All right. Boom. So I do see y'all comments. I'm gonna go ahead and bring these on. Terry, I'm about to bring you on in a second. Okay. So let me see here. Thank y'all so much for joining me. All right. I see Nikki Bonner in the house. Hey, Nikki, never mind. Thanks for joining me, beautiful. I really appreciate you. Yolanda says she needs to hear that from a male family member. Absolutely. I think it is good for a young lady, a young girl to have that male influence, that positive male influence that has her higher good at heart, right? Vernon says, V says, not my daughter, put some clothes on, right? Oh, thank you, Dimitri. Thank you for joining me, and blessings and love and light to you as well. Vernon says, when it comes to being single, be in control of your own happiness. It's levels. Facts. It's definitely levels. So Yolanda says, 19th Amendment, 1920, women didn't even have the right to vote, and now we have more freedoms. We are practicing and exploring those freedoms. That makes sense. I can see that. Freedom of thought is the foundation of selfishness. Ooh, ooh. Okay, Malik. Malik also says, I believe women are too comfortable wearing hoe clothes outfits, in public. My cousins and their kids did it at our family reunion. It's disgusting to a grown person. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. All right, so boom, let's see here. Happy birthday, John. Happy 35th birthday. So it's 7:53 p.m. Was you born at 7:53, John? Well, happy birthday, Virgo. I like Virgos. Are you real neat, John? Do you fit the ideal Virgo? Are you real neat? Are you real meticulous? All right, boom. So Terry, I'm gonna bring Terry on. Hi, Terry. What's up, Futch? How you doing? So Terry, I'm gonna bring Terry on. Hi, Terry. What's up? So you gotta turn down your
What's up?
computer.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
What's up?
What's up? What's up? What's up? So you got something on your mind? What you wanna talk
I
about here?
just, I'm actually just sitting up here just chilling, waiting to the heat to go down and cut the yard outside real quick. But I seen you was on, so I just jumped on. I was gonna get on what it was. I didn't want to typing a lot sometimes once I get
No, you all
to
right.
my
You all right.
answers.
No,
So I
you
was
Gucci.
saying what I was talking about was the chicken wings. Now I'm really the chicken wings are really good, not just the women in there. I'm talking about the actual chicken wings. They really are good in some strip clubs.
Are they really? They be seasoned real good. Do they be
Yeah,
cooking
they're
them
pretty.
hard?
No, you just tell them what you want, you know. Yeah. But now I was saying on the thing about the lock and key things. They used to do those back in Atlanta back in the day. I'm older. They were kind of like meet us, but the lock and key was the man or the female would get a key, and then the guys would get a lock, and you got to walk around till the lock matches the person. Then you get to meet up and discuss and have a conversation with that person. So it was kind of unique, no one in no one. And it's like I said, you get the key when you come into the little club, little lounge, and you got to run around and walk until you get your key matches a lock to the person to conversate and meet up. It was a singles thing back then. It was pretty cool. You had to have a mature crowd too, though. It was mature people that didn't take it and be ignorant with it. That's all.
That's
Yeah.
what's up. That's an
Yeah.
idea. Maybe we can work together and do something for Relationship Soup. I would love to do something like that. I think that'd be kind of dope.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. That was back going on back in the '90s. I think Chicago did it a few times. But that's when I was able to get around and travel, do my thing, and things wasn't like it was now. But so yeah, that was cool. That's why I want to explain it. I didn't want to type all that.
Oh no, you Gucci, you Gucci. Yeah, absolutely. So look, stick around. Don't hang up, right? Because I want to make sure that I get your part. I'll explain after we end. I'm actually about to end the
Hey,
show here in a few
hey, it's a
minutes.
good show, man. I don't do the news to all the podcasts now. I do the local podcast. Y'all doing a good job. It's just more interesting and more sane than a lot of this other stuff going on out here on TV. So
Thank
appreciate you. That's what's
you.
up.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Are you getting out this weekend? You getting out with the crew?
I might, Cosmos. Shout out to Bless on they having their smoke cask and barrel weekend for the cigar thing. I don't make agendas to 'em. I just let it flow.
I know that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get that. All right, cool. So, y'all stay in the studio. Okay, I'm gonna holler at y'all in a minute. I'm actually about to put an end to this show. So, thank you for joining me, Terry, and thanks for the
No
compliment as
problem.
well.
It's all good.
All right, boom. All right, so I see y'all comments. Let's see here. So, Yolanda says, "Hey, Terry." So, Yolanda also says, "It's very." Yeah, I was like, God, what you turn the temperature on today, God? For real. No, I ain't complaining because see, I like the summertime. I love the heat. And for those of you who know, I just got back from Arizona and I wasn't even mad at it. I wasn't even mad at it. I like heat. Summertime is it for me. I love me the summertime. All right, so let's see here. So Miss Woodson says, enjoy. Derek is deep. If you want a deep conversation, and y'all know him from Relationship Soup, Derek is one that you can definitely build with. Very conscious brother. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Hi, Joy Drain. I appreciate you for joining me today. Thank you so much, beautiful. I appreciate you. Our test. Thanks so much, Daniel. You know how we do. You know how we do. Absolutely. Thank you for the compliment. I try to do when I can do when I can do it, right? All right, so let's see here. In the gym listening, thank you. Hey, get a lap in for me because I ain't work out today. I had class today and all that, so I ain't really get. Hey, do a lap for me, okay? Do a crunch for me. Go to the steam room for me, okay? Because I'm gonna get it in tomorrow. All right, I'm gonna get it in tomorrow. All right, so let's say Kelly, thanks for joining us, and hey to you too, beautiful. I appreciate you. Carlito, thank you for joining me, Carl. I see you ain't getting in the studio, but you know what? I'm going to say because you are OTR. You probably on the road now. You probably got on one of them plaid button-ups with some beef jerky and some overalls because that's what all truck drivers wear, right? And you probably about to cross some type of, border right now, right? All right, boom. Oh, it's been a while, beautiful. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you are back. Beautiful soul, beautiful energy. I just love you, Joy. I really do. See you laughing, Carlito. So I know. Look, listen, we doing butter this weekend. So hey, hopefully if you not over the road, you can join us because we're gonna enjoy some beautiful black art, and we're gonna have a good time. All right, boom. So is there anything else? Y'all got anything else y'all want to talk about before I wrap this show up? Nothing? All right, boom. So thank y'all all for joining me. Y'all know I got to shout my mama out. Mama, thanks for joining me. She was having some issues earlier. She was like, girl, I can't get this app. I can't get the app to work. So, I had to walk her through it. But mama, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you joining me every episode. And Aunt Anna, everybody, y'all know who y'all are. Y'all made this show today. To my guest in the studio, I appreciate y'all, right? I'm going to do this more often because I think that is good. We all got to share our stories, and hopefully this platform will continue to grow where we can share our stories, because there's power in sharing our stories. It's power in asking questions, right? Because hopefully, like Derek talked about earlier, we can get to the point of a happy medium. My late daddy said, there's always a happy medium. Rest his beautiful soul. That's something that my daddy always said. It's good to come to a happy medium. There's always a happy medium, right? So anyway, hopefully Relationship Soup can be a platform to do that. So let's see here. Blue Coal Train LLC. Thank you. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much for taking time to join me, because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to log in, and I appreciate that. All right, boom. So y'all know I got to do my spiel before getting out of here. Please join the forum. If you are on YouTube, hit that subscribe for me right quick, right? Because, hey, once I get so many subscribers, I'm about to start doing some giveaways, right? Because I got to show my listeners and members that I appreciate y'all. So Relationship Soup, period. Hit that subscribe button for me, would you? And then Relationship Soup Group, y'all come and join the group. We are getting it in. It's active. There's beautiful people in there. Hey, you never know. You might meet your bae in there. Not that it's a matchmaking group. And it's all kind of people from all walks of life. So come and join the forum. Come and share. Add to the community, right? Then if you want to follow me, it's RelationshipSoupLLC. On IG, it is Relationship Soup, right? So let's see. Is there anything else? Let me make sure I got all y'all comments, because I appreciate y'all taking time. Well, it's nothing else. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, I see. Okay, I see y'all private chats. Okay, I see y'all. All right. So anyway, as always, you got to love yourself. It starts with self first. And I know even when there's storms and crazy stuff going on and it's hard to have gratitude, practice gratitude and love yourself. Until we meet next time, enjoy yourself, live life to the fullest, and peace.